Hi there YouTube, this is the Magnus bringing you another Total War Warhammer online ladder battle. This time my opponent chose to play as the Beastmen and I brought the Empire. So let's take a look at the composition. I have 4 of the great swords flanked by 4 of the spearmen, so 2 spearmen on each edge. I have 2 crossbowmen. I have the Royal Altdorf Griffites, an Amber Wizard, an Empire Captain, and a General of the Empire. My opponent went with a pretty beast-heavy Beastman army, which seems appropriate. He's got 2 Bestigors in the center. Behind them he has 2 Ungor Spearherd and 2 Ungor Raiders, as well as a Bray Shaman of Death and a Beast Lord. And then out on his flanks here he has Chaos Spawn. He has Minotaurs with great weapons, another Minotaur with great weapons on this side, and then he has 2 of the Centaurs with great weapons. So lots of great weapons on his side of the field, a few on my own. I held back my infantry a little bit instead of deploying right up front because I had like 23 winds of magic out the gate, and I was like, okay, I definitely want to get to play with some Flock of Doom before we get together. Now, I thought I was in range, and when I went to cast that spell, it was going to affect all 3 of these units. Instead, all I did was beat up on some Ungor Spearman Herd, which not a good cast. So I'm like, great opportunity missed, but these things happen. His archers are going to shoot at my flying a little bit. I want to see how many he has, so I fly back a bit. Then I think about taking a poke here at Bray Shaman of Death. He reacts quickly with the Spearman, so I say, okay, instead I'm just going to go after his Raiders here and try to put some damage down on them. Now, I only have so much time because he's bringing over Centaurs and a lot of other stuff, and I'm like, okay, I did some good damage to them. I scared them a bit. Time to get the heck out of there. And really, one of the things that this achieved playing back there is I noticed I had now split his army into 2 pieces. And this is a bad situation to be in. He's got 1 army here and 1 army here, basically. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and rush up with my army to meet these guys. This first line of dudes he has here, and let my flyers continue to harass the second group as much as I can to slow them down. So I put down another Flock of Doom. It's going to affect these Centaurs with great weapons. So this stuff back here is a little beat up, and then I'm going to have my cavalry go right into these Chaos Spawn. They're anti-infantry. I'm anti-large. They're large. This should not go well for them. They eat a pretty brutal charge. He does an interesting thing the way he pulled that in there. But that's going to get him in with great swords with spears in his back, so that's not necessarily a lovely position for him to be in. And obviously he's gonna bet the house here. He comes charging in. I try to pull through the Royal Altdorf Griffites, but they will not pull through. I'm guessing because of the mass of the Minotaurs. So they're getting absolutely wrecked by the Centaurs with great weapons. But I'm going to send the Flying Corps to help, and here in just a bit I'm going to stop targeting this Minotaur on that side and start targeting here. So my infantry broke them along with the missiles, and I'm going to be able to fold these guys in. The flying comes in here, plus you can see the missiles are raining in, and I'm really able to whittle down this large, plus there's 2 spearmen here, putting in work on these big guys. Not a favorable matchup for them at all. So I'm pleased with that. And then I'm going to start to pull my flying squad as best I can towards his Beast Lord. He's in a pretty weak position. The only thing that he has here right now is Ungor Spearman Herd and this Bestigor who's fleeing now. So I'm going to fold in the infantry to assist. My Lord gets in here and starts attacking the Beast Lord. The Beast Lord's a pretty decent combatant, but really he seems to do better against infantry than he does Lord on Lord fights. I bring over my Amber Wizard. At the same time, I summon a Feral Manticore with him, and I'm going to use the Feral Manticore and the Empire Captain to go after his missiles that have finally, reached far enough afield that they're a potential threat and going to be able to start to do damage. And you're going to see he uses them right away to shoot at me, but they're going to get hit by the flying pretty hard. Most of his armies retreated. On the right here, he has Chaos Spawn. The only reason they haven't retreated is because they don't retreat. So they're dead. His Lord's dead, and it's quickly over. Now, I generally don't show like decisive victories or ones that, battles that aren't close or whatnot, but this one was interesting, I thought, because it shows you that with the right tactics and the right composition, you can beat a good composition and even a good player very handily. Like if if you have the right build and then you apply it properly, the sky can be the limit. So here for example, I know Bestigors are the infantry that they're most likely to bring, as a core for their center, and the best thing for breaking them is great swords. The spearmen are fantastic for dealing with large on a cost-effective basis. Obviously, they're not going to dominate or anything, but you've got 4 of them, and they're very good against that. Flock of Doom, on a flying unit is dangerous as hell because there's virtually no flying with the Beastmen, so that those Flock of Dooms were great, and then being able to pull his army into 2 pieces. So you can just see that with the right build and the right tactics, you can have some obscenely good wins on the ladder where it just goes easy and like everything falls into place, and it's a good feeling. You're never outside of the first minute of the fight. There's no fear in you. You're just going out there and imposing your will. So good game to my opponent. If you enjoyed the battle or if you learned something, please hit like, please hit subscribe. It helps a lot, and you guys have been fantastic. We had a little bit of stuff there for a little bit, and I really appreciate that a lot of you guys spoke up for my viewpoint of the game and for my my honor or my reputation in the game and here on YouTube. They are things I take a lot of pride in, and I know a lot of you do as well, and I feel like we've just got a great group of people, and you've helped me out a lot, not only as a YouTuber, but as a gamer in this game. I've learned a lot. Like, go through the comments. If you guys only watch my videos and you're not reading the comments, you're missing like half the knowledge, because half of it is not coming from me. It's coming from you guys, and I've adopted a ton of the things that you guys have pointed out. So definitely check out those comments. Anyways, until the next time, this is the Magnus, and I will see you on the ladder.